We've got you covered. From WSIL, this is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Maya Skinner. We'll get to your top stories in just a moment, but first, let's look at weather with Storm Track 3 meteorologist JC Brienne. Good morning.
Good morning. You know, there's a little bit of a change this morning. We're already starting to see the sunrise peeking through. So that change in time, if you went to bed last night and you did not set your clocks back, you'll want to make sure you do that as you're getting up this morning. Sunrise, of course, about an hour earlier, so we're starting to see that peak out, going to be around 6:30, and then the sunset is going to be an hour earlier as we get into the evening hours, so going to be losing some of that daylight. Temperature-wise, though, this morning, waking up to temperatures in the 30s. As we get into the afternoon, though, we're going to be talking about some warmer temperatures. It's going to be a nice day.
Yeah, it sounds like just a beautiful fall day to start off the week.
Nice.
Thank you. President Biden says the country will start seeing the effects of the massive infrastructure bill in 2 to 3 months. This comes after Congress passed the $1.2 trillion spending measure late Friday night. The president added yesterday it's a bill that will be paid out over a number of years, so the impacts will be long-lasting. House progressives finally agreed to an 11th hour vote after months of talking, with the final vote 228 to 206. The package now heads to Biden's desk for his signature. Now the question is, how much of that money will come to our region? Illinois Democrats say based on the funding formula, the state will get at least $17 billion. Here's a breakdown. A majority, or $11.2 billion, will go to repairing highways and bridge replacements over 5 years. $4 billion will go to improving public transportation. Another big area is $1.7 billion to water infrastructure. Other funding will go to increasing broadband coverage, cyber attack protection, and airports. Now over to Missouri. Democrats there say they'll receive $6.5 billion to improve highways, $484 million for bridge replacements, $677 million for public transportation, and at least $100 million to help provide broadband coverage to 300,000 residents without the service. Now let's check out these numbers for Kentucky. According to U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell, the state will receive $4.6 billion. $69 million will go to help complete its portion of the Appalachian Development Highway System, $438 million for bridge repairs, $418 million to clean water and drinking water programs, and $391 million for public transportation projects. For those of you who use the Dorena-Hickman Ferry, it's closed now through sometime Monday as crews wait on parts to repair a mechanical issue with one of the barge landing ramps. Officials say parts are expected to arrive Monday and take several hours to install. Drivers should check the ferry status on its page. 2 teen girls were arrested after one of them hit an officer with a car. Heron police say they were called to the 300 block of 18th Street Friday evening by a woman claiming the suspects threatened to kill her. They've now been identified as Kaylee Wilson and Christy Cheatham. Both are 18 years old. When officers arrived on scene, the girls were in a car and Wilson backed into a patrol vehicle and then drove forward, hitting another officer in the ankle. A high-speed chase then took place with the suspects going 95 miles per hour. The pursuit ended on West Heron Road in Carterville. Both teens face multiple charges. Local artists held a November art sale in Murfreesboro yesterday afternoon. Dozens of folks made their way to the Logan Historic Arts District, where Oak Street artists displayed their work and gave visitors an opportunity to do some holiday shopping. Unique pieces in a variety of mediums were available, such as stained glass, prints, jewelry, leather goods, and others. The group's next event is the Oak Street Art Festival in April. It features around 30 artists and musicians.
Well, it's a little bit different today. We are seeing that sunrise a little bit earlier, but as we get into the afternoon, it's going to be a beautiful day to get outside. We'll talk all about that in just a few minutes.
take a look at weather with Storm Track 3 meteorologist JC Brienne. Good morning.
Good morning. Excited to be here this morning.
Yes.
Lots of coffee needed.
Yes. It's early, but it's nice out.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice day. It's just going to be a little bit chilly as you're stepping out the door. But with that said, we're at least not in the 20s this morning, so a little bit warmer than where we were at this time yesterday. Seeing a change though, we're already starting to see the sun peeking out thanks to that time change. So if you forgot to change those clocks last night, make sure you switch those over today. Fall back 1 hour. Going to be a beautiful fall day today. This is a quick look at your camera in Carbondale. Again, not expecting a whole lot of activity throughout the day today, and you can already see the fall colors peeking out as that sun starts to rise. It's going to be a gorgeous day to get out and about to any festivities or just to get out and enjoy some of the nice weather. Looks like we lost our temperature there in Carbondale, but here's a wide look. Again, temperatures right now in the low to mid 30s for some of us. Sykeston just a little bit warmer, coming in at 34, Marion 31, along with Carmi and Mount Vernon at 30 degrees this morning. So you may want to have the jacket or the coat as you step out the door, but I think you'll be able to get rid of that layer as we get into the afternoon. Your threat tracker bar, this is the best part of the forecast, where it's going to be nice and low. So not going to be seeing any issues throughout the day today or even overnight tonight, or even into Monday. We're actually talking about a lot of sunshine in the forecast, clear skies overnight tonight, and then we will see the rain return, but really not until later this week. Quick wide look at our satellite. Again, not a whole lot going on really across the entire area. We do have high pressure in place. That's going to continue to shift eastward over the course of the next couple of days. We're going to see a little bit of a warming trend, and again, a lot of sunshine. Overnight tonight, mostly clear skies as we start your Monday. As you're getting back to the work week, we're going to continue to see the sunshine sticking with us. Soak it up. Our next system starts to push in on Tuesday. That's going to bring a little bit more cloud cover to the area, but we're going to be staying dry. Again, today, really not looking too bad. As we get into the afternoon, high temperatures going to be topping out above average. So mid 60s, 64 degrees for that high today. And then overnight tonight, we're talking about more of the same, just some chilly temperatures, but clear skies. Wind's going to be out of the south, and then temperatures going to be eventually dipping down into the low 40s and then into the upper 30s. Storm Track 3 app, always great to have on your smartphone, especially if you're trying to keep track of some of those rain chances in the forecast. And then you also get a chance to win $500. So you enter to win that. And again, that contest is going to be ending November 24th. Free to download there on your phone. Rain chances, as far as tracking any rain on the radar on that app, we're really not going to be seeing that coming back until Thursday. So by Thursday, you'll want to make sure you have the umbrella on standby. But until then, the week really looks beautiful. Again, 64 degrees today, mostly sunny skies. And then as we get into Monday, we're talking about more sunshine. And then temperatures climbing up close to 70. We got a little bit of a cool down later this week, going to be dipping back down into the 40s. So soak up the 60s while they're here.
Yeah, you mentioned in the beginning about the fall colors. Today and tomorrow are great days to get pictures of the tree leaves and everything. So pretty.
Yes, it's going to be gorgeous. And feel free to send those our way. We may throw them on tonight.
For sure. Thank you so much. The Village of Grand Tower honored their veterans ahead of the holiday this week with a parade. Dozens made their way downtown for the parade. It includes first responders, local churches, Miss Illinois, and veterans from all branches of service. This is the second year for the parade. Grand Tower previously celebrated Veterans Day with a ceremony. They added the parade and festivities last year, looking to start a new tradition.
It's really for the veterans. I just think it's important to keep those traditions alive, to let people within the community know that they're important. That's how your community thrives. When you come together, you show support for each other. So I'm just more than happy to put this together again.
A memorial service was held after the parade where Miss Illinois gave remarks. The event was rounded out by local musicians, the Holler Boys. We invite you to stay with us. Sports Extra is next.
Tackles, touchdowns. Sports Extra on News 3 starts right now.
Welcome into a new playoff edition of Sports Extra. I'm Jake Siegel.
And I'm Danny Valle. Good morning. We are in the Sweet 16. 8 area teams looking to stay alive.
Yeah, Danny, but all of them hitting the road except for one, and all of them looking to clinch a spot in next week's quarterfinals.
Well, that includes the only unbeaten team in our region. Of course, I'm talking about the Benton Rangers. It was showtime in Ranger country, hosting the Monticello Sages. Benton, they got an interception on the Sages' opening drive. A few plays later, here's Keegan Glover, the quarterback, punching it in for the score, 7-0 Rangers. 2 drives later, the Sages inside their own 2 after a punt. No problem for quarterback Joey Sprinkle. Airs it out to his man, Peyton Scott, takes it all the way, 98 yards to the house. They missed the extra point, though. It's 7-6. Second quarter, Benton up 14-6. Sages looking to cut into the lead. Sprinkle throwing left, but there's Glover picking it off. He'd bring it about 13 yards. Very next play, Glover, he's going to find his favorite target, Reed Bumgard, all alone, downfield, 73 yards for the score. And Benton never looked back. They win this one by a final of 42-12. They'll head on the road next Saturday to play Mount Carmel.
Anytime you can score 42 points against a well-coached, very well-coached and fast team like Monticello, you got to be proud and you got to tip your hats to those seniors. You know, there's 17 kids there, and they went out there and laid it all on the line today.
Just a great job of the O-line today. I mean, that's all I can really say. We ran the ball, we threw the ball. I had all day back there, so that game was determined by the line, and they did just that.
We ain't done nothing. We haven't done anything yet. We still got more games to play, and we got a long way to go.
All right, Reed, I see you there. Benton fans will have at least one more game to see the Glover-Bumgart connection, and it'll go down as the greatest tandem in school history. Here's why. Yesterday, Glover broke the school's career record for passing yards, connecting on 17 passes for 290 yards and throwing 4 touchdowns. Bumgart, on the other hand, he caught 6 catches for 158 yards and 3 scores. The wideout set school records for career touchdown catches and receiving yards in a season. Congratulations to Keegan and Reed. All right, Jake, let's flip over to Class 4A.
Danny, coming into the week, Marion head coach Kerry Martin said in order to beat Mascoutah, his team would need to win in all 3 phases of the game. So the question is, would they be able to do that on Saturday? The Indians and Wildcats playing for a spot in that quarterfinal round. Marion with the ball. Evan Noel going to hit Jake Bruce, but Alan Middleton going to strip Bruce of the football right here. The pop out, and Mascoutah going to recover that ball. But the Indians could not capitalize on that turnover, so Marion quarterback Brody Lawson going to get it, and he's going to keep it, punching it in for the 1-yard score. Marion gets on the board first. On the Mascoutah's ensuing drive, Vincent Newsom, a name to watch, going to step in front of this pass right here. And Danny, he's not coming back.
Oh, look at that. Nice pick 6 all the way downfield.
And suddenly it's a 15-0 game early in the second quarter. And Marion, this time, Noel going to find Newsom on the offensive side of the board. This is going to put Marion up 22-0 in the second half, and they led 30-0 at the break. The Wildcats did not let up. Marion heading to the Elite 8. They win big, 51-21 the final.
A couple scramble throws for big yardage, you know, and that's you know when your offensive line is doing a really good job of buying time and the receivers are working to get open, and I just thought Evan did a good job of reading his progression and finding the open man. But I know we were scoring quick. I know we were hitting some big throws, and you know you practice things, you draw things up, and you envision those things working, and a lot of times they don't. And I love to watch these guys execute what we practiced during the week, and Evan just made a couple of great reads.
Next up, Carterville trying to put Freeburg on upset alert. The Lions up 14-7 in the second quarter. Freeburg quarterback Landon Funderburg going to connect with Eli Horner on a sluggo. For those of you at home, that's a slant and go, and Horner goes deep into the Carterville red zone. 3 plays later, Ethan Williams gets the carry, bounces to the outside, and stretches in for the score right there. This evens the game up at 14 in the second quarter. So Carterville down by 3 at the half. Lions quarterback Andre Helregal going to hit Nolan Hartford, and he's going to run right past the Freeburg defense untouched. The Lions go back on top 21-17. Later, Freeburg trying to get back some momentum in this game. Funderburg going to overthrow his target and lands into the arms of Nolan Hartford for the pick, but Carterville unable to hang on in this one as Freeburg storms all the way back to take this one 37-21 the final. Certainly a good season for the Lions, but has to come to an end.
Well, let's see if the Johnston City Indians could fare better. They made the trip west to face the Breeze Mater Dei Knights. Both teams coming off lopsided wins in round one. First quarter, first score coming from the hometown Knights. Quarterback Bryce Reverman finds Cameron Hogg, who gets the catch, makes the spin, avoids the defender, 35 yards for the score. Pretty nifty there, yeah. A little later, Indians quarterback Heath Nibbs, well, he's going to try and get the offense moving. But he's going to make this pass, and it deflects off one of his guys, and it's picked off. That puts Mater Dei in good field position, and the Knights would cash in. A leaping grab for the Knights' Dalton Marcus. That's a touchdown. Mater Dei up 14-zip. It was all Knights in this one, Jay, cutting up the Indian defense. And Jay, Nepavanus' 6-yard score made it 21-0. Johnston City would get its first score from an Austin Brown run in the closing minutes of the first half, but by then it was too little too late. The Knights end the Indian season 49-22, the final.
All right, Murfreesboro and Breeze Central going at it. Breeze, the heavy favorites in this game. The second half starting with a turnover. Check it out right here. Carmelo Abernathy for the Red Devils makes a nice play on the football, and suddenly this would set up their running back, Devin Clemens, for a 1-yard score coming up. Danny, beautiful return right here.
Oh, yeah, and he's smart to get over there on the outside. I know you're trying to get the score, but when you don't got that room, you just got to get it out.
That's right. The handoff is good for the score, so we're all even at 21. Breeze now with it inside their 1-yard line. A name to watch, Miguel Velasquez going to earn the score right here. Cougars go ahead 28-21. Number 28 getting in for 6. Later on, the Cougars with it again, and Danny, it's the exact same play call.
It is.
Give the ball to Velasquez. Another powerful run pushes the Cougars into the end zone. Breeze Central hammering Murfreesboro by 20, 48-28, the final score.
Took care of business in Bismarck. They knocked off the undefeated Blue Devils 33-26. The Hornets are on the road next week to play Pana. Cecil-Villiers-Waltonville made the trip to Athens, but unfortunately the Warriors ended the Red Devils season 57-28, the final. No Class 1A teams will reach the Elite Eight from Southern Illinois. And in Williamsville, the Fairfield Mules took on the Bullets. The Mules season ends with a 35-16 loss.
So lots of great high school action. We turn now to the college scene. SIU back at home after falling to Northern Iowa last week. The Salukis holding Military Appreciation and Blackout Cancer Day, hoping to send the Saluki faithful home with a victory. A win puts the Salukis at 7-2. We start in the first quarter. Missouri State with the football. Quarterback Jason Shelley going to avoid a big pass rush, and he takes off for a 20-yard score. Bears on top 7-0 early. SIU replies. Nick Baker finds a wide open Justin Strong, and I mean wide open, for a 17-yard score. We're all even at 7. The Salukis led by 3 at the break. Second half action now. Shelley running the play action to perfection. It's good for 6. Missouri State up 17-13. Then after another Bears score, Kevin Latulas takes the carry, and Danny, it's a house call. 87 yards down the sideline. Missouri State would lead 31-13.
God, they were all legs on Saturday, weren't they?
Yeah, they were early. They were good, but SIU not going down without a fight. Nick Baker connects with Isaiah Hartrup for that 19-yard touchdown. It's a 31-20 game. Missouri State responds with the dagger. Shelley finds Tyrone Scott, who does some great work here after the catch, and he's into the end zone. It'd be a 38-20 Bears in favor of them. And for SIU, it's just too little too late. The Salukis drop this one 38-28 the final. And for the first time all year, SIU suffers back-to-back losses. And as you can imagine, the feeling not so great following that outcome.
Pretty awful, especially with what today represents. And in front of our home crowd like that, it's a pretty awful feeling walking off the field with a loss.
We've got 2 games left, and we've got to find a way to come back in here and have another good week of practice and go and get back in the win column.
All right, next up for SIU, a trip to Indiana 1 week from Saturday to visit Indiana State. Kickoff is set for noon.
And that's all the time we have on this edition of Sports Extra. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same place. We had a lot of fun here, Jake. I'm Danny Valle.
We really did. We'll, of course, tell you which area teams are still in the chase for a state championship run. Plus, we'll see if the Salukis can finally bounce back. I'm Jake Siegel. Have a great day, everyone.
Good morning. We have a gorgeous day ahead of us. We're going to be seeing lots of sunshine, some really nice temperatures. It's going to be a great day to get out and check out some of those fall colors. Check out this beautiful photo that was sent in by Jane Hamby, again out at Giant City State Park. If you're somebody that likes to get outdoors, today may be the day for you, especially if you're wanting to check out some of those fall colors, because the temperatures are going to be great, just a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday. And then lots of sunshine. Sunshine sticks around throughout the entire day. And then we're going to be climbing up into the mid 60s, 64 degrees for that high. As we shift overnight tonight, that's probably when you'll want to break out the jacket, because it does get chilly pretty quick. Temperatures overnight going to be dipping down into the low 40s and upper 30s for some of us, but the mostly clear sky is going to continue to stick with us. As far as the rain goes, we've got quite a few dry days in the forecast before our next chance for rain. We stay really nice into Monday, mostly sunny skies, temperatures climbing up into the upper 60s. The clouds return by Tuesday, and then we're talking about more clouds sticking around on Wednesday, but it's a nice dry day. The rain doesn't ramp up until Thursday, and then that's when we see the cool down and the big drop in temperatures.